I'm Shaun with Inside Sim Racing, and one of the biggest topics around our shop and in the forums is what is the most important piece of hardware to a sim racer? I mean, is it the computer? Is it the wheel? I and many people would argue it's actually the brake pedal. And it is under braking that many of the fastest racers make up endless amounts of time. The standard pedal set on the G25 or G27 are worthy pedals, but likely are not giving anyone an advantage over lesser sets. The ARC team is known for taking Logitech products and taking them from generic to fabulous. And today we are testing their replacement for the normal Logitech brake. As high-end as this product is, it isn't standalone. It is intended to directly replace the spring using the stock hardware with no wiring changes in the Logitech pedals. Your computer will never notice the difference, but the question is, how much will your foot and your brain notice the difference? Now, the problem with the standard Logitech set is the lack of spring tension and the lack of any progression whatsoever. When we look inside the red shock cover, you can see exactly why. It's a very simple, lightweight spring. The ARC brake starts with a very heavy-duty spring that is progressive so that it gets stronger as more pressure is applied. It also has a cylinder and plunger type device that makes it seem a little bit like a shock. Despite not having an official seal, the grease inside acts like a seal and adds a little bit of dampening to the assembly. They also added a small amount of rubber to prevent metal on metal bottoming out. Now let's install it into our pedals. The first part of the process is to remove the pedal faces using a 2.5mm Allen wrench. Next, remove the 14 screws on the bottom of the Logitech pedal base. Be sure to get the 2 that are hidden beneath the carpet gripper. Now carefully remove the upper case, being very careful not to pull the wires too much. I like to remove the screw holding the wire from the top so I can get it completely out of my way. Now remove the 4 middle black screws from the bottom to release the brake pedal. Hold on to the pedal while doing this so it doesn't just fall out while being unscrewed. Now gently remove the pedal and lay it on its side and remove the wiring. Red, white, and black wires from the pedal, followed by removing the screw holding the ground wire. With the pedal freed up, we can now remove the lower bolt of the spring using a 5mm Allen and a wrench. Then remove the 2 black Allen screws from the top of the spring. We have now freed the Logitech spring and can remove it from the base. Insert the brass piece from the top of the Logitech spring into the logo side of the ARC brake. Now place it back into the pedal base and insert the 2 black screws. Lower the spring into the bottom and insert the bolt. You might have to wiggle or pry it a little bit to line up the second hole and then tighten up the nut. Now gently place the brake back on the pedal base and carefully install the red, white, and black wires in the same order as before. You can use the gas and clutch pedal on the base as a reference if you've forgotten the order. Now attach the ground wire and place the pedal back into position. Now reinstall the 4 black screws and the pedal is installed in the base again. Now carefully put the cover back on, being very careful not to pinch the wires while doing this. Replace the 14 screws, replace the 3 pedal faces, plug it back into your Logitech wheel, and we're all done. Like I mentioned before, since there's no wiring changes, your computer will never notice the difference. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll tell you how it worked out in-game. So once you're up and running, the first time you press on the brake, you'll be immediately struck by the amount of force behind this pedal. I'm using the lighter weight of the 2 available springs, and this is already a ton more pressure than the stock spring. The added pressure will mean 2 things for me. No more driving in plain socks for long races, as well as the need to hard mount my pedals, because even on the carpet, I found them rocking around and moving around a little bit. So I then switched my pedals to my rig with hard mounted and inverted pedals, and now I can really feel the strength of that spring. The other immediately noticeable thing about the ARC brake is the smoothness of how it moves. Despite the added strength, it seems to move with no friction at all. Right away you know you are dealing with one serious piece of hardware. As you become more and more accustomed to the new pressure of your brake, and yes, it will take some getting used to, You will then start to feel the progression of the spring. I honestly didn't notice this at first, but as I used the brake more and more, it became something I depended on. That progressive spring is preventing me from throwing the brakes all the way to lockup point. I press the brake, and then I have to press a little bit harder to get maximum braking. With a bit more laps under my belt, it was blatantly obvious how much the stock pedals have left to be desired. This is a huge advantage compared to using the stock spring. I felt the ARC brake made me more consistent and was a lot more pleasure to drive with. Now let's talk about the pros and cons, starting with the cons of course. Now number one, and it's overwhelming, it's the price. The ARC brake comes in at €108 or $160 plus shipping, which makes it a very pricey upgrade to a Logitech pedal set. Number two, it's still the stock travel of the G25 or G27 pedal. On high-end brakes, I like to be able to adjust the amount of travel to suit my needs. Number three, it's still limited to the stock resolution of Logitech pedals. Many other high-end pedal sets increase that resolution, giving you more accurate readings from your pedals. Now let's talk about the pros. Number one, the ARC brake is very high quality and it's extremely beefy. You can tell that this piece is going to last forever. Number two, it's very smooth. That smoothness translates into better feeling on the brake pedal. Number three, the nice progression of the spring. Having a secondary resistance makes it a lot easier to judge your braking point. And number four, it's completely compatible with the G25 and G27. No software differences, and that also makes it PS3 compatible as well. Now taking everything into consideration, I'm going to give the ARC brake an 8 out of 10 on the rev scale. Despite being very expensive, how do you put a price on being faster? You can go to www.f1driving.it and see it for yourself. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.